So we're going to a property that I have under contract to buy. I haven't even seen it. My business partner has walked through it. He sent me the pictures, but I'm in charge of doing the final walkthrough before closing tomorrow. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through this house together in this video. We're going to see the condition of it to see what we're buying. And then I'm going to take you back to the office so you can see the numbers. What are we buying it for? What is the construction? What is going to be the sales price? All the expenses, all that stuff, so you can understand how we buy, so you can possibly go deploy a fix and flip property for yourself. It's not rocket science, and I want you to see that we do this every day so you can deploy this in your life. Let's go. Okay, class, it's Kris Haskins with therealestateroundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. My wife got me these glasses here, so, My wife got me these glasses so I can actually talk to you and you can see what I see. Isn't that cool? So we're looking at a house today, y'all. This is the neighborhood. I am in the illustrious city of Hampton, Virginia. This is my old stomping ground. I moved out of here. I moved to Chesapeake. But I want you to see these houses, y'all. All brick ranchers. All brick ranchers. What's up, homie? People are taking care of their properties. A lot of pride of ownership. The windows are looking good here. Roofs looking phenomenal. I don't like that dusty stop sign right there, but we'll be all right. So this lead came in from our geek squad on the internet. If you are struggling to get leads, there's a link below. Just pay the money. Just pay the money to get leads. That's all we do. We pay money to get leads. Look at these houses, man. These are nice houses we got here. So we got 1-story and 2-story, all brick homes. I don't know why people love these brick ranchers. They love them, y'all. People love these brick houses. So this is in the 23666 zip code. That is the most desirable zip code in Hampton, Virginia. So let's see what we got. Make sure I'm going the right way. Is this the right way? Oops. Let me see. Darn. Sorry about that. I thought I had the GPS up. Let's go. Keep on straight. One more street. One more street up. We're in the 23666 zip code, which is like our commercial zip code here in Hampton. That's where we call it the Peninsula Town, the town center. They got the movie theater there, a bunch of shopping, a bouncy house place, whole lot of different things over there. I don't like these power lines here. Let's see how close the property is to these power lines. I'm praying it's not right next to it, but I don't know. One thing I do like, dead end street. Why do I like dead end streets? Because that's great for kids that want to play. Is this the right street? You know what? I don't know. Where is this? Oh, sorry. You would think I know where. Go ahead, y'all. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to go down there. Okay, we're going the right way. GPS. I love dead end streets. Families love it. That's cool. They can put their kids and their pets out here without people speeding down through the street here. Okay. Oh man, I'm liking this even more. What's going on, homie? All right, so we're away from those power lines, which is cool. How you doing, brother? We're away from the power lines. I don't like buying houses next to those big clunk of power lines. 13, 8, 9. There go those power lines over there. Oh, we got some Trump homies next door. That's cool. Yeah, I guess he ain't gonna wave. He ain't like seeing me pull up. I don't know why. I ain't do nothing to the man. Let's see what we got here. You think I should go talk to the guy? I mean, I don't hate you because you love. I don't hate you because you like Trump. I don't hate you because you like Biden or Kamala. I mean, good Lord, I'm cool either way. Dude don't even wanna wave at me. So this is the neighborhood. I love it. It's in the cul-de-sac, y'all. My favorite location, cul-de-sacs. Let's look out here. My man got his Trump sign up. I'm cool with that. Ain't gonna bother me one bit. It's gonna need a roof. Got some cracking in that brick. I think Ron and I will probably paint this one because once you chisel all that brick out, we don't want to sell a house to somebody that looks like that. Let's go inside. Oh, let's see where the key. I don't know where the key is. Where's the key? Oh, you know what? I take that back. This is a wholesaler that sent me this one. Open the garage and the keys are on the hook. Sorry, y'all. A wholesaler sent me this deal here. But the majority of our leads come in from my geek squad, though. Damn, this door ain't been open in a while. Let's see what we get here. Oh, that smells. Smells real mildewy in here. It's alright though. The keys are on the hook. Alright, let's see what this hook is. Got a new panel there. I'm cool with that. What hook we got here? Okay, keys. Alright, here we go. Looks like we got some keys here. Good job, good deal. Let's see if we can go in. Take a look what we got here. That's not it. That's not it. So I gotta take these keys. Do I need to go to the front door? I don't even know. I haven't even been here before. My brother. Okay. Hello, anybody home? Damn. I got living room. All right, got to stage this. How are we gonna stage this? Carver. Then we got a little eating area here, I would say. All right, small kitchen. Might be nice to have a door there. Oh, okay. Well, we got a door here. All right, that walks out back. Okay, not bad. What in the shit? That was scary. Anybody here? This joint's a little scary, y'all. Mighty dark in here. Hello? Dang. It's scary walking in these houses, y'all. Okay, we got 4. I'm gonna open the door. I feel like I'm gonna open the door and see a zombie or something. Sheesh. Let me see if I can get me a light. I'm gonna open that up and see somebody back there. Scary stuff, y'all. Let me see if I can get my light on here. That was scary. The bathroom. Okay, bathroom not super bad. Hope we might be able to glaze this stuff, but the bathroom got to be redone though. Oh, there was another bathroom in here. So this is a. Cannot believe this is a. I feel like somebody's gonna just bust out on me. We got to. This has to go. We got to make this one a nice shower in that corner there. So this looks like it's a 4-2. This is the primary bedroom here. 1, 2, 3. Well, there's 4 bedrooms, man. This was probably like a eating area before. So you got your living room here. Is it worth 300? I cannot believe this thing might be worth 300 grand. Might be. I don't know. Okay. Huh. Looks like it's ready to be renovated, I guess. In the past, this would be like your dining room because it's next to the kitchen there. So, okay. Well, doesn't look too bad to me. I think we're ready to do this one. My job was to make sure that it was still in the same condition that it was when we got it under contract. My man, I don't know, he don't want to wave to me. That's okay. I don't got to wave to me. All right, let's put these keys back. And close this. Looks pretty good to me. Oh man! All right, let's get back to the office and let's go over these numbers together. Hey, look, if you like these glasses my wife bought me, I put a link in the video description for you. You could pick some up for yourself. I have no idea where she found them, but I found that link for you to get these glasses too. All right, let's get back to the video. So my favorite thing about this particular property, y'all, is the location. Dead end street, almost on the dead end street, plus it's on the cul-de-sac, right? So I love it, the fact that it's open like that. Extremely rare to get those properties at the right price that we need to get them. So we have already started the rip out that thing. These guys are working super fast. So this is a property flip. Let's go over the numbers. All right. So the ARV, that means what? That means the after repaired value. Remember, when you go into these houses, the only thing we're worried about is what we can sell it for. You can't even make an offer on anything until you know what is the fair market value of this thing that I'm going to be buying. It really drives me up the wall when I see people asking me, Kris, I'm gonna buy this house for $250. What do you think about that? I'm like, dude, what is the after repair value? I can't even begin to give you an answer or give you some type of valuation until I know what we can sell it for. So don't even think about making offers until you know what is the house worth. All right, the reno on this thing is going to be $60,000. Now, you know, it always costs more. It's going to be roof, 2 bathrooms, kitchen. But the good thing is saving us on this is the flooring. All we have to do is sand those beautiful hardwood floors. I've got hardwood all throughout my property. Hardwood comes back to life very easily, quickly too. Now, hard cost to sell. This is where most investors really get hurt. Now, we got to go over this stuff. Realtor fees, we know that's going to be 3 and 3. 3 for the buyer's agent, 3 for the seller's agent. It's going to be 6%. Now, I'm going to show you how we cut costs a little bit on that towards the end of this video. We save like 2%, almost 2.5% doing these deals. Interest, cost of the money. The good thing about this, I financed this particular property using my self-directed Roth IRA, use my wife's IRA, use my kids' Coverdell account. So all of our money is going in to buy this property. So I have, drum roll please, somebody give me a drum roll. Hey, I have no interest on this deal here. Isn't that sweet? I don't have any interest. But I need to at least show you what these numbers are going to cost if you're going to borrow money. You see, we don't go into real estate with the best case scenario. I didn't always have capital to buy real estate. So I had to have these numbers work for me when I was leveraging with debt, all right? So taxes, every day I gotta pay taxes to hold the property. Insurance, just in case it burns down, somebody robs it, somebody gets hurt, I need to make sure that I'm covered. Utilities, every day I gotta pay gas, water, sewer, electric. Maintenance, people are going to have to clean it out. We're going to have to maintain the grass when it starts to grow in the spring. And closing costs. Don't forget, I got to pay closing costs to buy and to sell. I don't think people get that. So it costs me just to buy and sell before we do any of this stuff. Anything it costs me $3 to $4 grand to buy and another $1,000 to $1,500 to sell. So that's $5,000 off the top. And people, I'm telling you, I hear it every day. Well, I'm going to cut corners and I'm going to get this thing done cheaper and I can do this myself. Don't do that. You want to have, you see, when I get renovations done, I want to pay the maximum amount because I want to make sure that it's duplicatable. I don't want to get Pookie and Ray Ray and JoJo and Mook Mook to go and do any of my work at a discount because they aren't duplicatable. I can't do house after house after house after house, right? So I want to spend the max on my renovations. And I want to calculate all the closing costs at the max amount. So all this stuff added up, usually speaking, is about 10% of your ARV. So I estimated $30,000. This is on a deal if you're using debt with interest. We're going to come back to that. So 30 grand is going to be my cost to sell hard cost. Purchase price, we paid $185,000. Now our profit on this one, I'm gonna give us a drum roll in a minute. So if we gotta back out. I like doing this with y'all. This is cool. 315, not 3.1 million. 315 minus 60 on a reno, minus 30 on cost, minus 185. That's gonna be 40K. All right, so this is gonna be on an average investor. 40K plus or minus. Remember, reno can go up or down. Always, I mean, shit. Everything always costs more, takes longer to do. Now, how do we save about 2%? Remember, I've got no interest because I financed this all cash. Realtor fees, we use something called a flat fee broker. Flat fee broker. So I can go ahead and whack out. I can go ahead and add. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's add $5,000 here. Let's plus 5K because I'm not using any type of financing, no leverage. So we're gonna back that out of this 30K. So it's really only 25. And then when I use something called a flat fee broker, you see the flat fee broker, how this mindset comes is when a realtor, oh Lord, yes, I said realtor, not realtor. When a realtor lists a property on the MLS for sale, generally speaking, don't get mad at me, my realtors out there and brokers. Generally speaking, all they do is throw it up on the MLS and then they just take the phone calls. Now, if you go to a broker and you say, look, I give you X amount of dollars right now to list my property on the MLS, I'll take all the phone calls, I'll do all the interfacing with the other agents, I'll deal with the home inspection, I'll deal with all the paperwork. Then the listing broker will put it up there and you write them a check and they're gone. So as opposed to paying 3 and 3, you might pay a flat fee, $500 or $1,000 just to get it on the MLS. So that's gonna cut us from having to spend this whole 6%, right? So we always do have to pay, we always still have to pay 3% to bring the what? The buyer. You see, I still, even though I listed it on the MLS for, let's say, $1,000, I still got to pay the buyer's agent for bringing the buyer to the deal. Nobody eats without the buyer, okay? And even that's starting to be funky now with the new regulation changes. So let's just arbitrarily, I say I added 5-1 for interest because I didn't have interest on this one. And you got to pay attention here, y'all. I know you want to learn this stuff on a 1-minute reel. I get it. Let's just say we add another, what's realtor fees on 300? That's 6, 12, 18K. I'm just gonna back out just because I don't wanna give me too much. I'm just gonna say, let's give us another 5K. So total, if we don't have any interest, if we have less realtor fees, because I do have staff that's gonna go out there and deal with all this stuff. I'm not calling realtors and dealing with paperwork and all that stuff, right? So let's say roughly we're going to pull about 50K plus or minus. That's a K right there, sorry. So roughly, hopefully. Now, could this ARV go down? The current administration, who knows what's going to happen with the price of real estate? Could this renovation go up? Absolutely could. So that's why we always have plus or minus. If you're getting into the real estate business and you think you're going to have these deals down to the dollar or even to the 100 or even to the 500, it's not going to work. That's not how the spirit of real estate lives. So you can see all the little tricks we use to maximize profit. And just imagine over 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, all these little $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 realtor fees has added up to hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit in our pocket. And we are extremely blessed to have the ability to even know what a flat fee broker is. Now, if you want to find one, I put a video right there for you to help you go look for one in your area. All right, round up. So make sure you take a second to subscribe. The most thing I need you to do, most important thing is to share this information with our community so we know exactly not only what I'm doing, but what is possible out here. I want you to buy your next house this year or your first house right now. But in order to do that, you got to understand and make some offers. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.